On February 12th, the Russians simulated launches of the ORESHNIK. This was reported by Andriy Kovalenko, head of the Center for Countering Disinformation. Ukraine's Air Force issued a large-scale alert due to the threat of ballistic weapons across the entire country. At the same time, monitoring channels reported a possible launch of the ORESHNIK missile from the Kapustin Yar testing range in Russia's Astrakhan region. However, the missile was not detected in the air. Meanwhile, on February 12th, Ukrainian forces carried out 2 long-range strikes on military targets in Russia. SBU drones attacked the Ukhta oil refinery in northern Russia, which supplies petroleum products to the enemy's army. The SBU noted that long-range drones from the Alpha Special Operations Center of the SBU struck the Ukhta oil refinery, which is located in the Komi Republic 1,750 kilometers from our border. After the strikes, a fire broke out at the oil refinery and heavy smoke was observed. Preliminarily, the atmospheric vacuum distillation unit was damaged. Ukrainian Defense Forces also struck an arsenal for the integrated storage of missiles, ammunition, and explosives belonging to the main missile and artillery directorate of the Russian Ministry of Defense near Kotlebane in the Volgograd region on the night of February 12th. This arsenal is one of the largest storage sites for ammunition of the Russian army. The strike on the arsenal was carried out by Ukrainian long-range weapons. Flare.5 Flamingo. Powerful explosions were recorded on the territory of the facility. With the subsequent secondary detonation, the extent of the damage is clarified. In addition, in Michurinsk, Tambov Oblast, Russia, the Michurinsk Progress Plant, a plant producing high-tech equipment for aviation and missile systems, was damaged. It is noted that this enterprise is involved in supplying the Russian army. According to preliminary information, a fire broke out on the plant's premises. The results and scale of the damage are being clarified. Ukraine will increase the effectiveness of its air defense. This was reported by the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Oleksandr Syrskyi. According to him, over the past 2 years, the effectiveness of air defense has remained at about 74%. Every day, the enemy uses between 100 and 200 attack UAVs. They periodically carry out massive missile and airstrikes. The Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine stated that a set of organizational measures is currently ongoing. In particular, there are plans to redistribute functions between the anti-aircraft missile forces and a new branch of the military, which will be responsible for protecting important facilities. The number and quality of interceptor drones is being increased, and work is also underway with partners to address the problem. The problem of missile shortages. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky has instructed to strengthen the protection of critical infrastructure facilities. In his video address on February 10th, Zelensky stated,
"A lot of changes are currently taking place in the work of air defense. In certain regions, the way teams operate is being almost completely reorganized. Interceptors, mobile fire groups, the entire component of short-range air defense."
As Volodymyr Zelensky has stated, the Ukrainian Air Force must act much more swiftly. According to him, Ukraine does not have time to wait for individual elements of the Air Force to get up to speed. Meanwhile, the United Kingdom will soon deliver a large air defense reinforcement package to Ukraine, which will include about 1,000 missiles. This was stated by the UK Defense Secretary John Kelly. The United Kingdom is also advancing the new hypersonic system Nightfall, which is intended for delivery to Ukraine. The development has already passed its initial tests and attracted major investments.